So hi, welcome to the Good Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with,
Jay from OWEL.
and we're gonna ask them some questions today about their new album, The Saltwater Well. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to it so far?
Good. I kind of stayed away from like seeing any responses for the first couple of days. So it was a pleasant surprise to see in retrospect that it's all been really nice and positive, and yeah.
I'm very happy to hear that. The album banged. I really enjoyed
It
it.
did.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Of course. So is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
Yeah. So the album title. Okay. So there's this song on the album called "We All Get Lost." And it's sort of like a children's story about this kid that falls into a well, and he's so terrified of this monster that he's heard lurks in this area, and so he's so terrified he won't make a sound because he's afraid he's going to get found out. And eventually the monster finds him anyways and bites him, and that makes him cry so much that his tears fill up the well and he's able to swim out. Some obvious metaphor of the thing that you were afraid of most is the thing that you need to do to get out of whatever peril you're in. Anyways, so I thought it'd be cool to get like audio of my niece, since it's like a children's story. At least it felt like it to me, of her sort of telling the story, and then in the song, if you listen closely, you could hear her voice sort of narrating what's happening as it's going on in the song. And so I told her the basic premise of the story. And at the end of me, I had my phone up to her face, basically, getting her to say these things. And at the end, but I did want her to embellish, because it's just more fun that way. And she said, well, so first of all, the kid in the story gets out, right? But in her version of the story, he drowns in his tears and dies.
Oh my god!
And I was trying to tell her, no, that's not the way the story goes. She's like, no, yeah, it is. And but so in her story, they forever called that well the saltwater well because of his tears. And I was like, the saltwater well, that's like really great. And she's like, yeah, I know, I'm awesome. And so I just liked that, the saltwater well, and so that sort of informed the title of the album.
That's
Perfect.
great.
And could you tell us a little bit about the cover art as well?
Right. That one was just actually me looking for cool images on social media, to be honest. I mean, I know it's kind of lazy, but I just saw that image and I loved it. And I reached out to the dude, and he lives somewhere, I don't remember. Somewhere not in America, like somewhere Europe or something.
Mhm.
Maybe, yeah. And I asked him, hey, can we use this image? And he's like, yeah. And he actually didn't even accept payment from us. He accepted. We sent him $1 bill, and then through through the mail, and that's what he wanted to frame or whatever. But yeah, he was a super cool dude. You can find his stuff on as I think his handle is Solo Works. But yeah, I just love that image, and it just kind of encapsulated for me the sort of maybe isolation, that, I mean, it's pretty obvious why one would feel isolated during the time of making that record, which is mid-pandemic, in the midst of all of that. And yeah, and we didn't plan for it to come out during the winter, the snow and everything. In fact, when I first showed it to them, Jane was like, our original plan was for it to come out in the summer earlier, and it got pushed back. But we thought that was going to clash, but it worked out.
It really
cool.
did. That's so cool.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Yeah. So the writing process. Well, yeah. So I mean, basically, I just kind of write every day. I mean, I try to, and I just try to hack away at stuff, and I don't know how else to, because there's no real method for each song. It's just, I just try to do it every day. But yeah, I mean, usually it comes from a chord progression, either on guitar or piano. I'm very much not like a lyrics guy first. I don't know how people do that. Like I think I saw in Rocket Man, like Elton John would take lyrics and then put them into music, where I'm like, I couldn't imagine doing that, but everyone has their own process. I'm very much like melody is king, and words as even though I do try to make them mean as much as I can, like the words are secondary to the melody. And so if a certain amount of vowels don't fit in this melody, so be it. Like, sometimes I can't say exactly what I want to say, but yeah, melody is king.
All right.
Sure. So I want you to tell us your favorite lyric off this album and the meaning behind it.
That's a tough one. I'm sure everyone says that. I listened to your guys' episode and you asked this question and I forgot to think about this. I was like, they're gonna ask that and I should think about this. But off the top of my head, probably when it's the title of a song, "Time Will Make Children of Us All." And it's funny actually that you bring that up, because like I just said, melody is king, lyrics are secondary. But that is a situation where I liked that lyric so much, because so that lyric comes in the chorus, and originally there was nothing there in the chorus. It was just oohs and ahs, and I didn't put that melody there because I wanted that melody there. I put that melody there because I wanted those words there, and that was like the one situation where what I just said didn't apply at all. So, and that's just, I mean, time will make children of us all. That's like I wrote that right around the time like my dad had this like really crazy heart surgery, and it was like the first time I saw him so vulnerable. Like he was like laying in the hospital bed, and he had all these tubes on him, and it's funny because I was writing that song during that time, but not the lyrics. And I have like voice memos. I have thousands and thousands of voice memos on my phone, but I have a voice memo from that hospital, because on the voice memo it tells you like where you were when you like it like tags it as the location, and so it like tagged the hospital. That's what that song's about.
All right. So how did the track list for the album come about? Did you write the opener be the opener, closer be the closer? Did you kind of shuffle around, see what fits? What was that process like?
Yeah. Well, I knew what I wanted to end with, and I knew what I wanted to start with. And then everything else in between was sort of, we messed around with. Because, the opening song is called End. And then the last lyric in the last song is Begin Again. So I just like that. The beginning is the end, and the end is,
Makes perfect sense.
I love when bands do that. That's the coolest thing. Yeah.
It was just a happy accident. It wasn't like a concept record where I was like, this must be so. It just kind of worked out that way.
All right.
Wow, I can't believe that. I'm rejecting that. You guys put a lot of work into it. You guys said, no, this is how it's gonna be. Oh,
it was all my plan.
Exactly. So could you tell us where your headspace was at while you were creating this record?
I mean, it's tough to say because, your headspace is different for each day, each song, but I mean, I guess if I had to like generalize as a whole, what was my headspace? So I work on music every day, and it's not the most social, living. I'm not, where I'm like not like out dealing with like clients or anything like that. So to be 100% honest, my day-to-day activities during the pandemic hadn't really changed all that much. I'm a freelance musician, so I'm just used to making music every day, and so I can't say that. I guess I was lucky in that my mental health wasn't as affected as some because of this pandemic. So my headspace, I think, was probably pretty. I mean, it was definitely a crazy time. It felt like a weird, crazy time in history and in my life. But not as crazy as for some, I imagine.
Okay.
I'm very happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should they do it in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? It's a party album, workout album? What do you personally recommend?
Yeah. Okay. So depending on your car, I don't know what kind of sound system you'd have. If it's
Yeah.
shit, don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't don't have do it by yourself, you know. And maybe after you like smoked a little bit of weed, had a little bit of wine, actually headphones. I would say headphones. Yeah.
Okay.
Have a nice intimate experience with yourself. Light some candles, get in your bubble bath, do your nails. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Yeah.
Just relax. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So this one should be super, super quick. Off the top of your head, I want you to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. No more, no less.
3 words. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, does that take up 2 of the words? Oh shit.
If you want.
Okay.
Mhm.
Ooh shit. Butter.
Butter.
Really
I have no
selling,
idea.
really selling the album right now.
Do you want to tell us why butter is
No,
one of
I have
the-
no idea because I'm thinking
No.
about peanut butter because I'm hungry. Yeah, no, 3 words. I guess digital, organic, and fuzz.
Oh, I
Alright.
like that.
Yeah.
It's
I really
better
like
than
that.
"Aw shit, butter."
Yeah.
Mhm.
So in that same train of thought, but hopefully not as difficult, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through this album?
No, I wouldn't want anyone. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to, steer anyone's. Everyone seems to have a different experience or different things that they take from songs, and sometimes, a lot of times, most times, people are like, "Oh, like, is this song about this?" And in my head, I'm like, it's not anything close to that, but I wouldn't dare say otherwise, because whatever it means to you, that's just what it is. It's no longer mine. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station, you're going in. What is your snack of choice?
Man, it's got to be something sweet. I am such a sweet like sugar addict, like a some sort of like cookie, ice cream. I'm a child. Like I try to eat healthy,
Dude.
but when it comes to sweets like baked goods, oh my god, I'm a savage.
All right.
Yeah.
So like anything, cookies. All right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Nutter butters.
Okay.
Nutter butters. Nutter butters
Yeah.
bang.
Yeah.
That's a good choice.
So if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
These questions. I'm so bad at these.
It's all good. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Okay. We were a dish.
Mhm.
I want to say like fajita because
Ooh.
it's just like a giant pile of so many different things and it's all steaming.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of wraps up nicely.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
There you go. Was that just off the dome, or did you just
I've
kind of?
I've been thinking about this for years. What kind of dish would our
For
band
sure.
be?
Exactly. Staying awake, trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it keeps me
fair.
up at night.
Honestly, yeah. So for these last couple questions, we're actually going to shift away from music, if that's okay with you.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we're actually going to go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Okay, I'm definitely gonna say something. It's got to be a Korean dish, because Korean food is awesome, but it's also gonna bring back, it seems like a nice sort of ending to a life, something that calls back to the beginning of a life. So something from my childhood, there's a Korean dish called, oh man, what would I go with? Maybe sundubu. It's like a tofu spicy dish with like a bunch of like stew with a bunch of stuff in it. And then to drink, maybe like a tequila. Maybe I want to get shitty before I go.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
One fictional world.
Yes.
Mhm.
Man, I remember when Avatar came out, everyone was like so obsessed with like that
Yeah.
world. Although I have sensitive feet, I don't know if I could run around barefoot.
Well, it wouldn't
I
be
watched
your
it-
feet. It would be
That's
your
true.
avatars. There you go. Hmm.
Oh, do I get to be in the Avatar body? It's not just me. Just
I mean,
I mean,
yeah.
that wasn't. That's not. You can't assume. You know?
Yeah, you got
It's
a point.
open-ended.
Would you want
Yeah.
to be in an avatar's body, or would you just want to be yourself?
But that's so cliche. Fictional world. Fictional world. Fictional world. Fictional world.
We actually don't get avatared that much, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
we
yeah,
get like a
'cause
lot
it's
of
like-
Harry Potter, Star Wars,
Okay.
not what is it? What's the one with the elves and the dwarves and hobbits?
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings. Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings. Yeah.
Oh man, I'm too much of a bitch for all of those worlds. I wouldn't.
How
I
so?
would not survive Middle Earth.
Ah,
Although, I mean, yeah. An Avatar just seems like too obvious of it. I want to be hip. I want to be interesting. So,
okay.
I'm gonna say, the Lego worlds seem kind of fun. You could
Lego
just
world.
like make shit and yeah. I'll go with Lego World.
I
Okay.
respect that. We haven't gotten that one before in all of our 700 interviews.
You'll probably
Never.
never get it again. That's a stupid answer.
There you go. And you're one. There you go. You're the
Perfect.
one person. Mhm.
There you go.
So I have the honor of asking the last question. Every single person we've spoken to has actually said it is the most important question.
Okay.
What is your favorite color?
I don't have one.
Boo.
What? Well,
Did you ever see did you ever see Ex Machina?
No, I've wanted to though.
Okay, it's a great film. Anyways, there's a line in it where the robot asks the guy, she's like getting a sense of whether or not he's gonna tell the truth. She says, "What's your favorite color?" And he says something like, "I don't know, green." And she says, "No, that's a lie." And he's like, "Okay, well, I guess I don't have a favorite color, being that I'm not 12." Not to poo-poo your question, but it's
Oh,
just a
well,
line.
you
from the
just
movie,
did.
and
Uh-huh.
I couldn't help but think of that line. Okay, I'm gonna say green.
Green? But
Well, I mean, I painted my wall green. So.
oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
All right. Fair enough.
Mhm.
So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
No, thanks for having me. Please check out the record. I hope you enjoy. And yeah, thanks for the chat.
Of course. Oh, well, thank you for now. This has been Jay from OWEL, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.